All right, we're starting things off a little earlier. All right, hope that didn't catch anybody off guard. Okay, I'm only doing this to give time for everybody to kind of like chime in and pretty much show and tell and share with your friends, family, coworkers, all that good stuff, and obviously whoever else you understand needs to see this, which I do believe that everybody needs to see this, or as many people as possible at least. And yeah, so I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to pretty much prep and share. Share the stream, share the stream, share the stream. All right. And as you're sharing the stream, just let them know, like pretty much in advance and ahead of time, the everybody in the chat area, what's going on, guys? Predator Poachers Ohio, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your presence. Rebecca, Jacqueline, Big Man, everybody who is on the stream right now. I want to tell you guys that I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I don't know you guys personally, at least not all of you. And I really do appreciate you stopping by the channel to show some love, support, and just pretty much chime in and check this stream out. I really am beyond grateful, and you guys are the best. Yeah, so I'm going to give you guys just a few more minutes to share the stream with everybody else. It's going to be some good stuff, guys, because obviously I want to allow Polo to pretty much express himself and pretty much let everybody know what he's all about as a human being, as a person, as an individual, and obviously as a predator poacher and all that good stuff. And I do believe he deserves a lot more attention, love, and support than what he does. And yeah, so another minute, and I'm gonna keep letting you guys share the stream with everybody else. And everybody that's showing up on the chat area, I completely thank you. I have no amount of words to show my gratitude right now. I am beyond grateful. I mean, I'll keep saying it 1,000 times on the stream, how much I appreciate you guys taking the time out today just to stop by and check the stream out. I highly appreciate it. Yeah, I got you, bro. I got the link ready and everything. And but before I do that, see, I got an alarm clock for everything. I'm gonna do a quick intro to invite Polo on. So I'm gonna do this speech real quick, all right? And then I'm gonna share the link to him so you can get on. All right. So and now introducing this great man who's doing the Lord's work out here on the streets through the Predator Poachers brand, with currently over 12,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, Predator Poachers Central Florida, which includes 25 catch videos posted, with the first catch video being posted in February 25th of this year, 2020. That's about 4 months, give or take. I present to you the man, the myth, the legend, and Mr. Have a Bad Day himself, all right? And I'm bringing on here real quick so you can hop on. Introducing the man, the myth, the legend. And whenever he's ready, he's gonna hop on. As soon as he pops up here, I will definitely, let's see if I can get him on like this. I was gonna scream out like Polo, really, really loud, but there's people on the other side, and I don't want to, be that one guy who's extremely loud. Let's see. I'm gonna wait for him to show up. Make sure on, and there we go. And we got him now. Let's see.
What's up, man?
I know if his internet is. Let's see if I can. All right, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yep, I can hear you.
Is it just me, or I can't hear? I can see you,
Can
brother.
you hear me?
Can't hear
Can
you,
you
though.
hear me? All right, 1 second. I might have to switch over to the computer.
Sounds.
Hold on.
Can anybody else hear him, or is it just me? Because I can see you, I just can't hear you. Let me see if, yeah, I don't want to take the microphone off here, but let's see. All right, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now, brother.
Can you hear me?
All
All
right.
right, good. I was about to switch over to the computer.
Okay. I think it was me. I think it was my fault because I had the microphone on and I just unplugged it right now. So I think that was the problem. So you guys can hear us both, correct?
Yeah. The headphones.
Just want to make sure everybody can hear us both. I have one person saying that they can hear us both.
All right, cool.
Let's see. If you can hear us both, just give like a quick high five or wave. All right. So I got more people saying yes. Okay. So Polo, my man, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. On behalf
Absolutely.
of everybody on the chat area, I want to give you my extreme gratitude. All right. And that's from the heart. And you know how I am. You've talked to me a few times already through Instagram. You know I don't really play. I'm pretty straightforward.
Absolutely.
And I really do appreciate you stopping by. This channel is fairly small, but this is why a lot of people love you and support you, because even though that's the case, you said sure, when can we do this, and no
Right.
and no doubts and all that, and I highly appreciate that, brother. So
Absolutely, man.
everybody on here, I'm gonna let you say hi to everybody on here real quick.
Absolutely. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna try to pull this chat up real quick on the internet, so because I'm on my phone right now. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Thank y'all for coming over here. I appreciate the hell out you. You already know. And we'll go ahead and get started.
All right. So Polo, the first few set of questions that I have are going to be a bit personal.
Okay.
But I'm going to allow you to answer however you want to, express yourself freely.
Right.
I've got this nice backdrop just to make you feel, classy and all that good stuff. So I hope
High class.
All right, brother. So here we go. Okay.
All right.
So it's a lot of questions, guys. So excuse me if I'm not all there and have all the questions in my brain and I have them on my phone, because it's a lot of questions. So we're going to get into it, okay? All right. So for anybody who has not come across your content just yet, okay, who is Polo? All right. And what are you currently known for?
Polo is just a degenerate. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just a guy from Central Florida, man, that catches predators, man, and I'm passionate about it. I'm a barber, I'm a father, I'm a husband, and many things. But I guess I'm here for being a predator catcher.
Well, that's what I want people who don't know you yet just to kind of like get the gist of,
Right.
I mean, you're, like you said, your father, obviously you're a son, you're your husband, you're a barber, but people who haven't come across your videos or your content, they might be asking, why should I be on here? Why should I be, watching this stream right now? So that's gonna give them pretty much a little taste of what to expect on the next set of questions. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So to start off, what is your background like? How was your upbringing like in the family and all that stuff?
I had 3 brothers. I grew up with a single mother. My father died whenever I was 2 years old, so I definitely felt poverty in a decent part of my life. So I guess that's kind of where they get this whole humble ass dude thing. Because I've seen the darkness, man. Like I'm up out of it now. I still have those days, but I try to be as humble as possible, man. I came from definitely humble upbringings, most definitely.
Very nice. And that's something that I don't want to completely compare myself because no one is like anybody else, but
Right.
I can completely understand you. You know, a lot of people know that I'm a pastor's son and all that.
Right.
But nobody saw that we went from apartment complex to apartment complex, to one
Oh
car
yeah.
that doesn't even work.
They never see the struggle. They
Oh
never
no,
see the
never,
struggle.
never. Oh, he's a
They
pastor's
never
son.
do.
He's doing great. No, not really.
Right. It's just like people see my videos and they assume, I mean, because of the growth that I've seen in the past 3 months, 4 months, that I'm making hella money and this, that, and the third. You know, most of the money I make goes right back into me traveling and stuff. You know, some of the channels that don't travel as much, maybe they're making some good money, but I'm putting it right back into it, man. I'm passionate about it, you know. So it is what it is. It's not about the money for me right now. The money will come, you know. The money will come.
Very good. I appreciate that about you as well. I mean, and I'm gonna try to do like a little pause here and just interject this comment, but
Absolutely.
a lot of people, they have the wrong idea because, like you just said, they think, oh man, he's making millions off of these videos and thousands, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you obviously don't know how YouTube works, do you?
Right.
That is not the
Yeah,
truth.
right. As
If
far
that
as
was happening,
YouTube revenue alone, like that's not. I'm not making nowhere near that.
thank you, and that's what I want you to like tell everybody and let everybody know.
You get like for anybody who doesn't know, you get like $2 per 10,000 views on YouTube. So
That's
yeah.
YouTube revenue 101.
I
With
mean, thank God that I have some, diehard supporters that want to see me put in this work and stuff like that. That are helping me every step of the way. And all the love and support goes back to them because, if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be happening. It really wouldn't be.
And another pause right now before I get to my next question. Guys, if you are not already subscribed to Predator Poachers Central Florida, please, for the love of God, give this guy some love and support. All right. Like he just said, whatever he does get goes back into investing into the channel and investing into what he does. So keep that in mind as you watch this stream. Okay. All right. So next question. What do you believe in? Your general outlook on life. Like, what does Polo, think of like God and all that stuff? And I don't get too personal. If you want to answer it, that's fine.
Right. No, I'm here. I'll answer. I'll answer all your questions. I do believe in God. I wouldn't call myself like a quote unquote Bible thumper or anything like that.
Right.
I definitely I grew up in a non-denominational church. And I went to church every Sunday, but I was very rebellious as a child. So and growing up, I still kind of have a problem with authority. So they pushed it. I grew up in like a real hardcore family that was about the Bible. What my grandmother, my dad's half of the family was. So and they pushed it. So I kind of backed off from it. But as an adult now, I might not go to church as much as I should. But I definitely I definitely give God all the glory for, anything that happens in my life positive, I have dark times like anybody else, and I'm like, why would this happen and stuff? But I do believe in God. I do, man,
Awesome.
for sure.
That's good to hear, man. Because, like I said earlier, you're doing the Lord's work, and there's no doubt in that at all. And I'm pretty sure He's happy with what you're doing out there on the streets. So.
Right, for sure.
All right. So, what are some of the personal goals and dreams that you have, both short term and long term, in your life?
As far as with just life in general or predator catching, okay. So eventually, I am a barber. I want to get further into the business owning aspect of being a barber. Also with predator catching, because this has became over these past 3 months, this has become like one of my main focuses. Of course, I'm a father. I want to be, the best father I can be. But I want to keep traveling. I want to continue to travel and see that growth in my channel, you know, because I look at some people's channels and I'm like, man, like my content is just that good. I just don't have I don't promote really. I just put the videos out there and let them do what they're gonna do, you know. But yeah, I want to see growth, man, which I already have, and I'm definitely humbled by the amount of growth that I have seen. But I want to continue to see it, man. I want to continue to grow and you know, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm making those steps behind the scenes and stuff like that to make sure that I'm making a bigger impact, man. Because what a lot of people see isn't all that's going on behind the scenes. I'm busting my behind to try to make a big impact with this stuff, man. And that's just what it is, man. I want to see growth. I want to continue.
That's very good, bro. That's very wise of you. That's very smart of you. I can't wait to see that when you actually do end up posting it somewhere. I'm gonna be right there, right behind you, 100%.
Absolutely.
And so another pause. And I'm gonna do quick, small pauses in between because just sometimes I'll get a question that I didn't have down here. Real quick, I mean, if you want to and can, how old are you?
I'm 25 years old.
25. This man is 6 years younger than me. You're 6 years younger than me, man.
Yeah.
So
yeah, when I tell people my age, they're like, what the hell? Because I mean, I've been on my own since I was 16, turning 17, man. So it's hard for me. Like I was dealing with grown-up things whenever I was that when I was that young. So I don't know, man. I got 2 kids and things like that. So it is, you know. I definitely feel a lot older than 25, man.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad because the reason why I'm asking is because how young you are right now and how much good you're doing in the world and for the world is a big deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of people that are my age or older that are taking the time to do what you do or have the courage to do what you're doing. So
absolutely. Right.
So you already answered one of these questions, but I guess I'll just ask you again in case you want to get in depth here. Are you married and do you have children?
Yeah, I'm married. I've been married for like 6 years, man, and I got 2 kids and 1 on the way. So yeah, I'm married.
Like you said it earlier, I'm like, oh man, he answered that.
Yeah, no, I answered it a little bit quickly, man. But that's one of them things, though, man. I'm a proud father, man. Like I always make sure anybody that really follows me knows that I have children. They know that I love my children, and they're my number one. So it kind of just comes out almost immediately when I meet somebody or something like that, you know.
Very good. That's how it's supposed to be, man. I mean, I'm not a father yet myself, surprisingly, but but that's a good way to be, you know, like automatically, like, you know, my family's first. That's really good, bro. I honor that, so that's good.
Absolutely.
This is gonna be one of the last personal questions, and then we'll move on to the serious stuff. Okay.
All right. So,
what are some of your hobbies? What do you do in your spare time to either have fun or to relax?
So my hobbies just recently, I mean, this started out a hobby, and for people that don't know about predator catching, man, it quickly becomes a full-time job, man. It really does. And you know, then you got the people that say we shouldn't be paid and stuff like that. That's, you know, everybody's able to have their own opinion, but this is most definitely a full-time job. And it started out a hobby. Now it's not so much. My hobbies that I partake in now, I really enjoy like taking care of my animals and stuff like that. I have, you know, chickens, goats, stuff like that. So I enjoy that. That's more of a hobby for me. And just being with my children, man. And as far as like relaxing, I gotta figure out how to do that because I don't do that very much, man. I got anxiety and stuff like that. So when I'm chilling, I'm not chilling. You know, it's hard. You know, it's difficult. It really is. It's difficult, man. It's something I'm working on.
I completely understand, bro.
Right.
You know, before I move on, like I've said in some of my streams, you know, I work.
Wait, hold on 1 second. what is Alex talking about? 25 bragging about? I think he's talking about
Your age, maybe, or
no, I think he's talking about Rami. He's just putting my name in there. I don't know. Alex strongly dislikes Rami, so I don't know. But we'll ignore that. We'll continue. Sorry about that.
no problem, no problem. All right, so 1 second, because now I have to fit. Okay, so before I continue, please, guys, the only thing I ask in the chat area, all right, is try to keep the drama to a minimum or to none at all. We're trying to focus on the subject at hand here, and try to give Polo some time and all that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
so I
for sure.
appreciate you guys if you can keep that to a minimum.
Yeah,
all right,
I agree.
So yeah, bro. Now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty, the serious questions, and I do believe the first question, which is not even on here, but like I said earlier, I have to make pauses in between to actually add and insert questions that are not on here. But so, and you can be, like I said earlier, you can answer it or not, or however you want to do it. Is there something, whether it be in your childhood, teen years, or whatever,
Right.
that help motivate or inspire you to do what you do today?
To do what I do. Yeah, most definitely. A lot of people do know this. I've kind of learned to come to terms with it and talk about it a little bit more. It's one of the things that definitely pushes me to do what I do. I was a victim of sexual abuse as a child. And it's something that I dealt with for a long time. I lived in denial about it, and just like anybody else that has been through that certain type of thing. So I just remember being helpless. I was very young. I was very, very young whenever it happened to me. I remember being helpless, and as a man, if I can stop somebody else from going through that, then I'm going to. And I was just speaking about it with some predator poachers the other day. I'm totally happy about us being able to catch the people that we are able to catch, but I so wish, and I know in the very near future we will find a way to do it and dig deeper into it. But I wish that we could find some of these guys that are going after these 4, 5, 6-year-old kids. And in a lot of cases, some of the ones we catch, they are going after them as well. Yeah, that's really what pushes me, man. I was a victim myself, which kind of makes my tolerance low for the people that do it. I guess, I don't know, just as like a mockery or something like that. Because I get, you can ask. I'm gonna drop a video Saturday, and I'm sure you've seen sometimes whenever I get out there, man, it's kind of hard for me to hold my composure sometimes, because I really want to do more than I do, But at the end of the day, we're trying to get convictions, So
yes,
even if it's not a reality right now, if we don't continue, it won't be a reality ever,
So real quick before we continue, I want to say that's some very powerful things that you said earlier, bro.
Right.
Because I want to say half the time, or a little bit more than half the time, the victims eventually either become the predators
Right.
themselves,
Exactly.
or just don't say anything at all.
Exactly. And that's why it pisses me off. Excuse my language. I'll try to keep that to a minimum. But it angers me whenever I see these people and they're like, oh, I was harmed as a child, so therefore I'm continuing the cycle. Like, why in the heck would you ever want to do that? But you're right. It either goes one or two ways. You either continue that cycle. For me, I've never even thought about doing nothing like that. You know what I mean? I took that, and I remember how helpless I felt. Why would I want to make somebody else feel like that? So yeah, you either continue the cycle or you stand up and make a difference, man. I'm not doing this. It's I might have fun sometimes out there, or try to make light of it, because if I don't make light of it sometimes, I will lose my cool and composure, so whenever, sometimes you might see in a video me, like, I made the guy dance or something like that, that's really me making myself not lose my cool.
Of course.
That's really me making myself not lose my cool, and still and still being productive, you know.
Exactly. That's very true.
So
It's funny that you just said that because what I really enjoy out of your videos is I don't know who picks the titles and the thumbnails for the videos, but y'all do a great job because I think one of them says Florida man's like happy days are over. And the guy looks like the Fonz. Like
it looks like Henry Winkler or whatever. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that made complete sense. He looks just like him, basically. Like he was like older or something. And that's you giving your touch, but once again, still staying productive and doing what you need to do.
Right.
I was watching a video earlier. It was one of the first videos, I believe. The guy who's like the black guy who's in the car, and he said, "Oh, I'm a Christian man" or whatever. And you kind of like laughed it off, like, bro, you're like the third or fourth person that.
Oh yeah, yo, that is like #1 excuse. I'm a Christian, or you know, come on, you're making other people look bad. But you know, not to get off topic, but the Bible talks about that. It talks about false people out there claiming what they're not, you know, what they're not doing. Man, it really does.
Exactly. But I enjoy all that stuff, the little things.
Absolutely.
To make sure things don't get out of hand. And,
right.
And that's the most important part is you wanting to kind of like shred this guy to pieces. And
most definitely.
But you're like, woosah.
Right.
The help of the conviction, hopefully, or hopefully the cops see this and that I'm not doing anything to harm you.
Right.
Put that into consideration. So
absolutely, because there's a lot of times whenever you know, people are like, oh, I would have just beat him up or whatever, something like that. It's like, look, if I did that, first and foremost, it wouldn't be on camera. Nobody would ever know about it. And it would only happen one time, and then I'm going to jail and I'm going to be taken away from my family, my children, and then the movement stops on my part. And I take this very seriously, you know.
That's very smart and very wise of you. So for a young guy, you're very wise.
Absolutely.
So now you mentioned, you know, the whole organization and all that. When and why did you approach Predator Poachers for the opportunity of working under their franchise?
So I dropped my first video whenever that, like 4 months ago or whatever.
Right.
And it started out just talking to Alex. Alex was one of the only people that would message me back with just simple questions. I would message him, you know, what should I do? Like, because at first I didn't understand the whole police working with a situation. I thought that it was going to be as simple, just like everybody else probably does on the outside looking in. Thought it would be as simple as, you know, call the police, 911. I got a guy here, da-da-da. And it doesn't work like that. So I was asking Alex about it. He was getting back to me and stuff like that. I ended up sending him a video, and he was like, you know what? I like your video and stuff like that. I think you should come under the Predator Poachers. And, you know, I didn't know much about like the whole community then, because it was all fresh and stuff. I was fresh to this, you know. But that's what I grew to enjoy about it, the camaraderie in a way. You know, I'm introverted, so I don't communicate as much as some other people do. But you know, I enjoyed that about it, and plus it was like the exposure. You know, maybe I figured maybe I could get more views and stuff that way, stuff like that. You know, and then over time I grew to you know, kind of like Alex a little bit. I mean, he's ugly, but nah, he's all right, man. He's good. He's good. He's young. He's young. A lot of people misunderstand him. You know, he's young, man. You know, and that's just what it boils down to. But speaking personally, like personally meeting him and stuff, me and him had a lot of one-on-one conversations, and he really showed me that he is a decent person.
Good.
You know,
because I'm not gonna lie, as you know already, I'm very honest.
Right, for sure. That's what I respect about you, man. You know, a lot of people don't respect that. They don't like to hear the bad things and stuff like that. But and I'll be honest with you too. Whenever I first watched your video, I was like, he's just a Rami fan. He hates everybody else, and he's just a Rami fan. But then I seen you say something. You said something that you were being truthful. You said something that was not really negative, but it was true about Rami. You were like, I didn't really like that he did this, you know, da da da. And at that moment, I was like, okay, he's not just a yes man. And I respect that in a person first and foremost. If you're not a yes man, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Too many people are yes mans. You know, and I respect just the straight up honesty. You know, sometimes we need to be told about our BS. You know.
Oh yeah, and I'm glad you brought all this up because remember yesterday how someone said on the live stream, I think it was on your stream, but I was on there and someone said, oh, he's a Ronnie fan or whatever, and you're like, oh, you know,
yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. You know, and I'm gonna try to break this down very quick because this is not about Ronnie, but when you enter something and you are impacted by something specific, that kind of like marks you and sets kind of like a precedent. And it's kind of like if you were to see basketball for the first time, and you see whatever Scottie Pippen playing, and he has a great game.
And you see your first people, yeah, exactly.
In your mind, you're like, he's the greatest. Like,
yeah, he's the best. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing too. Man, I try to think about things diplomatically. Now, I haven't seen all of your videos, but the ones I have, you've been, you know, straight up about. But I try to think about things diplomatically, and it's not very smart nor wise of me to hate somebody based on who they like. You know, it's just not. Man, I'm grown. I ain't got time for the little kid games, man. I'm out here trying to make a difference, and I just appreciate we have so many people out here talking down on us and stuff like that. It's just like you try to block that out, but it's refreshing whenever you hear somebody that's like, okay, these guys did something good. I like what they did, you know, and not just all the time, you know, bad things, man.
And another thing is, you know, the only reason why I've shared mostly, if not all, just Rami content is because up until a few days ago, he was the only one that has given me permission to do so, to share his content on my channel. And, you know, I've been very careful to not be all over the place. Like, hey, can I share your stuff on my, can I share your stuff? Because I don't want to come off as like some kind of like leech or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's very, you know.
I get that completely. And one thing about me, man, I'm not a type of guy. I'm not gonna think something about somebody based on what somebody else says. Everybody's that way at one point in their life, and then you learn, you're like, hold on, let me sit back, let me gather what I think about this person personally, and then go from there. But as far as that, like the seemingly like a leech, I totally understand that. But you know, we need channels that are supportive of us, man. And honestly, I'll say this right now. If we gave half of the attention, and I'm saying we just as a general statement, not anybody specific, just we as in the general public, if we gave half the attention to somebody talking about something positive as we did somebody talking about something negative, then these hate channels would not have thousands of subscribers, you know. And I know you're building your way up, but you know, they wouldn't have more subscribers than you. You would have way more. If we gave half of the attention that we give to the negative stuff to the positive stuff. And I'm just that type of person, man. I'm not giving attention to negative stuff. Every once in a while, it might get the best of me in the comment section or something like that, and I say something. But other than that, I'm trying to promote positivity, man. That's it.
Good. And just before I move forward with the questions, real quick, I did get your permission also a few days ago, I believe, because like I said, I wasn't trying to like ask everybody, every poacher. But I did ask a few days ago, and you did give me permission. And I'm going to be working on it as well. So that way everybody knows, like, hey, he's not only for Rami, he supports anybody and everybody who's on board with this movement in general. So I'm going to be doing that soon, okay?
Yeah, exactly. All right.
So I guess this kind of like, you kind of answered it earlier, but maybe you could expand on it. What and who motivated or inspired you to attempt this line of work or community activism?
Honestly, most of it was like what I spoke about earlier. You know, I dealt with a lot growing up, man. Like some people are they don't understand the seriousness behind actual sexual abuse, man. It will ruin you. It really will, and it won't ruin you. It'll ruin you when you're a kid. Don't get me wrong. It'll ruin you when you're a kid, but it'll really hit hard whenever you get in your 20s. It's gonna hit you like a bag of rocks, and you're not gonna know what it's about or anything like that. So that really motivated me to try and make a change, because this is an outlet for me. That's why I stay away from the negativity and the negative things people say about me. I kind of try to brush it off as much as possible, because this is an outlet to me. I might not be making the difference that they want to see, but at the end of the day, I'm the one out here doing what I feel like is my civic duty. So I'm doing the difference that I want to see. And everything is a progress. You know, you're not gonna just get it right on the first try. You know, you're gonna continue going until you find a way to get it right. And then you're gonna stick with that, you know. But yeah, that, and I mean, of course, I watched like the videos growing up, Chris Hansen and stuff.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Right. I watched that stuff, but you know what? I never thought that I would be doing this type of stuff. I just one day I was like, you know what? I learned how to do this off of and it blows my mind, because some people don't like know how to do this, and I understand, but I basically learned how to do this on my own, like by watching just screenshot. You know, a lot of the videos, they used to have the screenshots going and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, what site was this? What texting app did they use? And I kind of use common sense to go with it through there. But yeah, of course, I mean, I used to watch Alex and stuff. I mean, I still do, but yeah, I was there. I wouldn't say like a fanboy or nothing like that, because I've seen some pretty you know,
I know.
but I was enough of a supporter of him to reach out and talk. And that's what I respected about him, as he messaged back. You know, a lot of these other predator catchers, they didn't message back. They get a big head, man. I don't like that. I don't like that, man.
And taking that for a moment, you know, here I am publicly saying that in that sense, I give big props to Alex. Okay, I'm saying it right now. That way, you know, anybody who has anything different to say about how I usually talk about Alex or whatever, I'm saying right now, I'm very proud that he took that route with you and have you come on board with this movement. So that's big props to him on that. So that's really good. So how confident are you in what you're doing on a scale from 1 to 10? How confident that what you're doing is right or correct?
Oh man, I feel like what I'm doing is 100% correct. I wish I could do more. You know, these guys need to be taken down, man. Some people don't realize the severity of it. Like I said, you know, I feel like definitely some more should be done. But you know, we're out here learning, man. Like I said, I'll reiterate that we're out here learning, man. And you can't be too hard on somebody's learning on their growth. You know, you gotta wait. I've been doing this for 3-4 months. I am confident in it, you know, to the point to where like I know I can get a catch. I can go out there and I can do what I gotta do, and I'm not gonna choke up or nothing like that. Yeah, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good, man. It really does, because I've caught several people to where I'm like, they would have hurt a child. They would have hurt them, you know, and not just a mentally, in a sexual manner. And they would have physically hurt them.
Oh,
you know, like they would have physically hurt them, man. Like, you know, sexual trafficking is a huge problem in America right now, in other countries too. But right now, you know, talking about America is a huge problem. So I just want to dig deeper. I really do. I want to continue to dig deeper. I'm not done. I'm going to continue to go, you know. That's just what it is.
Good, so I'm glad you said that, man, because that brings me to my next question, because you kind of like dipped your toe into what I'm going to ask next. But how knowledgeable are you on the laws that revolve around this line of work?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay.
How knowledgeable are you on the laws that revolve around this line of work?
Okay. So yeah, there's honestly, the laws around this aren't as strict as people make them out to be. Okay, we follow the guidelines as if we were law enforcement. Okay, as far as the whole you know, not entrapping them thing. you know, of course, you know, we let them start the sexual talk and stuff like that. I try to be as knowledgeable as possible to where, you know, I am doing the right thing, and just I want to feel like it's morally right too. I don't want to make you can't go out there and make somebody be a predator. You know what I'm saying? They're going to show you that they are a predator if they are a predator. But yeah, I think I'm pretty knowledgeable. Of course, I'm no law enforcement officer. I'm not, you know, I'm not an expert in law, but I did do my research before I started doing this. You know, and every police officer that I come in contact, detective, et cetera, tells me that nothing I'm doing is illegal. So, you know, and they see the messages, they see the videos, they see everything, you know.
I'm glad you said that, man, because you know the people that I show your videos to, or any other predator poacher video, you know, they have the concept that, oh, you know, they're just out there, you know, recording, and you know they're not being professional about it. And I'm like, you know, how dare you? These guys, I'm telling you, in advance, they obviously prep themselves. That way, they know that whatever they have, evidence or whatever,
Right.
is enough to confront the person, and
Right.
either, you know, have some kind of like what's what I'm looking for, disciplinary act done to this person. You know,
Absolutely. And I know you'll go further in depth about the laws and stuff like that.
yeah.
So I'll say what I was about to say for whenever you ask that question. So
Yeah. All right. So, have you established any relationship with law enforcement up until now?
yeah, a lot of people know. Well, I have things currently in the works, and I can't talk about them right now just because, you know, I have to build a 1 second, let me plug my phone in. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can still hear you. Yep.
All right, so I basically need to build like a reputation with the people that I have started a relationship of sorts with, as far as getting more done about what I'm doing. So it's going both ways. Now it's starting to go positively. In the beginning, I dropped my first video. A couple days later, 3 Marion County detectives showed up at my house, and they wanted to work with me. They wanted to they wanted to have me be like a CI of sorts for this type of stuff. So we had the meeting, stuff like that. They needed to meet up with the DA. And the DA basically, they shut it down, said it's a huge liability, which I understand. I do understand that it's a liability.
Right.
So at the same time, they told me, you know, they can't stop me from doing what I'm doing. I did have the unsettling feeling that they were trying to shut me up, though. And that was just the tip of the iceberg of realizing that what I uncovered was way bigger than I originally thought it was.
And
You
that's
know,
like, hold up.
absolutely.
I need to follow this through. This rabbit hole goes way deeper than what I thought I knew. So this is, I'm gonna keep going, see where this leads me. Very good.
Absolutely, man. Because I felt like, man, they were trying to shut me up. Because they were like, oh, well, let's just not do any more videos. And the detective told me out of their mouth, they said, whenever you drop a video and we don't do anything about it, it makes us look bad. You know, so that
Interesting.
so that's basically what it is, man. You know.
Interesting. I'm so glad you. This is great because I mean I'm an introvert myself, yet
Right.
I feel really connected with everything you're saying and answering because it's like connected to what I'm eventually going to ask you or bring up. So I'm glad you said that, brother.
Absolutely.
So on to that, do you think, which you kind of answered already, but once again, I'll let you go into depth. Do you think the police handles the predator situation properly?
Okay. I think they handled the situation within their what do I want to say? They do what they can. You
Right.
know, in a lot of cases, state by state, these laws differ. So basically, another thing I've realized is there's a lot of laws that protect predators. There really is. They make it very, very hard to for somebody like me to get a catch. or in a conviction. They really do. I mean, I have an open case in Osceola County right now. So we'll see where that goes, but it make it very hard for somebody like me to get a conviction. You know, of course, like a lot of these people that just say, "Oh, why don't you call the police? Why do you wait until afterwards and forward it to detectives?" You know, I would love to see the police pull up, say, "Let me look at the text messages, let me look at your evidence," and put them in the back of the cop car, you know, in handcuffs and take them away. That would be the best feeling in the world.
Oh yes.
You know, but unfortunately, right now it doesn't work like that. And honestly, these people that say, "Well, if you're not getting a conviction, why do it?" Basically, they're not realizing, you know, if we were to sit down, just because we're not getting the results that we want right away, we will never get those results. But if we continue to stand, and I'm talking about like real productivity, not people that are just doing this just for the hoorah of it, you know, because, okay, it feels good confronting predators and stuff. But really, there's something deeper than that for me. There really is. There's something deeper than that for me. You know, if we were just to sit down, we would never get those results. We wouldn't. And I don't feel comfortable knowing, now that I'm this deep into it, I don't feel comfortable. I would not feel comfortable with just sitting down knowing that I could have done something. You know, I really don't, man. I'm telling you, it's bigger than that for me, man. You know, it's about what I went through, what I know other children have gone through, and trying to make it stop. And I know realistically, I don't know. I know realistically it might. There's never going to be an end to this. There's never going to be an end to this. But what we're doing is bringing awareness to it. We're letting the communities know who these people are. And a lot of these people, I get passionate about this. So I guess that's why I talk a lot whenever I'm talking about this stuff. But a lot of these people go unconfronted. They go unconfronted.
Exactly.
My abuser, unconfronted, never confronted a day, well, not even one day. So a lot of the supporters and stuff like that, they're like, you know what? I've been through sexual abuse, and it makes me feel good seeing you confront this person because my abuser was never confronted. Exactly. You know, that's why I do let the aggression out sometimes, because I know people are watching this that have been through what I've been through, and it makes them feel good, you know, because let's face facts, a lot of people want to just see us get on these cameras and you know, get real physical with these people. And, you know, unfortunately, that's against the law. And I'm not trying to go to jail. You know, I'm not. I want to make a statement, but I don't want to go to jail. I mean, don't get me wrong as well. I would behind this movement. I would gladly go to jail behind this movement. That's not something that would stop me. Okay, but morally and stuff like that, I know right from wrong. I was taught right from wrong as a child. I might not have always chose to make the right decision, but I knew right from wrong. You know, and it's just I'm not gonna go out there, you know, beating people's heads in as much as I may want to do that. I'm not gonna do it, man. It's not the right decision. You're not gonna make a big impact off of that. You're gonna do it one time. You're never gonna be able to do it again because you're gonna go to jail behind it, and you know, nobody's gonna see it. There's gonna be no exposure.
So it's best to do the right way. That way you can keep doing it. So I appreciate
that. Absolutely, man.
So if you had the police watching right now, what would you say the police can improve on how they handle this situation? If you had any advice for them.
So it's funny that you say that because it's a known fact, and I've been told out of their mouths that the police and detectives do watch a majority of my videos.
Very nice. Very nice.
Not because I'm doing anything wrong, but just because. And you said what would I tell them that they could do but different?
Yes.
So basically, I mean, of course, going back to what a lot of people see and a lot of people say. What I feel that could be done differently is some convictions. And here's the thing. The United States is more concerned about a percentage rate of convictions. They want to be able to say we got a 98% conviction rate. Instead of arresting these people
and possibly getting a conviction. So I guess I would say don't worry so much about the conviction rate, you know, because in a lot of cases, the reason that and I know a lot of people maybe in this chat room, this chat can you know, go along with what I'm saying. A lot of times people, you hear it repeatedly. Oh, maybe we shouldn't make an arrest because I don't think it would result in a conviction. I don't think it would go anywhere. Okay, so maybe let's take that chance. Let's take that chance, because what this guy, this person has done is very horrendous, man. It's you know, it's bad, and it very possibly could have been very, very bad. So maybe make more arrests. Let's make more arrests for these type of people. Let's make sure, and I'm gonna say this real quick. Let's make the sentences longer for these guys. Let's make sure that they get more time, because right now, honestly, whenever I see somebody that was convicted of smoking marijuana, which I don't smoke, but I don't necessarily condone it, but you know, it's still a plant in the earth. You know, when I see somebody getting more time for doing that than what these predators are out here doing, that's backwards. Something's wrong with the laws, man. Something's wrong. You know, these guys should be getting way more time than what they're getting.
1,000% agree on that. And I guess now that you said all that, I'm gonna skip like 2 or 3 of the questions because right now they're irrelevant.
Sorry.
No, you're good. That's a good thing. Because you pretty much answered what I was gonna ask, so that's good. Real quick, we're getting towards the end of the interview, sort of.
All right.
How many times were you able to put a predator away or something similar, just to see them get a slap on the wrist or released early or get nothing?
So I have an open case in Osceola, which they seem to be dragging their backsides, which I know this takes time, but yeah, I have an open case there. Whenever I first started, they were waiting for the DA to make a move so they could make an arrest. And that goes along well with what you just asked. How many times did I see them get a slap on the wrist? They wanted they wanted the DA to make a move and say, yeah, I'll go arrest that guy. Because they had my information. I brought up my phone and had them run it and stuff like that, pull all the info off of it. You know, they did that, and they still didn't make an arrest. And they told me out of their mouths, you have perfect evidence, like you went to school to do this. But we just can't do anything about it. You know, and so it happens more times than not. You know, but then again, you got to kind of see it. Yeah, you got to kind of sit back and be like, you know, I want to get convictions. I do, absolutely. But I'm not going to stop just because it's not happening right now. I'm not.
And none of us want you to stop. We want you to keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
So then you would say that this is more poorly handled by the laws themselves than the actual police?
I would say, yeah. I would say most definitely the written laws need to be rewritten in a lot of cases for this type of stuff, because let's face it, man, a lot of these laws were made, most of these laws were made before computers existed, before any of this stuff existed, you know? I mean, of course they have laws against, you know, CP, we'll use that abbreviation. A lot of people know what that means. They have laws against CP, which is computer-based and stuff like that. And that's good. That's the side of it that in the future I will be working on, that side of it, getting those people locked up. So potentially, but I won't go, like I said, I won't go into depth on that. But yeah, I think the laws are a huge problem. I mean, you have your officer sometime that's you know, he pulls up and he sees me and he's like, why are you here? You know, rather than what is this guy doing? What can I do for you? You know?
Exactly. Yeah. I get that, bro. And that sucks because, you know, it sucks how a lot of people, you know, get caught off guard with the outer appearance, you know, without seeing the actual individual as a person first and then going from there.
Most definitely. It's understandable. I mean, I get it in a lot of cases, even though it's me that goes through it. I understand it in a lot of cases. I do. You know, I do. I understand it.
All right. So moving on to a little bit less serious questions, to try to end on a high note here, on a happy note, if you will. Who is the most interesting predator you ever encountered? The most difficult, and the most pleasant or cooperative one. Like,
all right. So the most cooperative one. Some of them are cooperative, and they're like what we call bobblehead preds.
oh yeah. Yep.
So the most cooperative would have to be he was an older gentleman. I think he was like 50 years old. He was from out of town. He had a son, wife, and all this stuff. And I caught him, and he wasn't necessarily a yes man, but he was cooperative, which doesn't make it any better, but he was cooperative. The worst one, and you guys have to go watch this video. It's called, I think this is still the name of the video. It's called Zombie Man Pred on a bike or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I know what you're talking about.
I caught him down here, and he was just so intoxicated on some serious hardcore drugs to where nothing I was saying was going through his mind, and it just he wasn't cooperative at all. And you said the most interesting.
Yeah, yep, the most interesting.
So I guess the most interesting story would have to be, let me think. It would have to be the landscaper pred. It would have to be that. And it's just for the simple fact that I we get people making the privacy complaints and stuff like that. And I'm talking about like after the aftermath of it.
Yeah.
He has threatened to sue me several times. These people, they threaten to sue on the basis of entrapment. And
Right.
I'll say this right now. Entrapment does not apply to a private citizen.
Thank you.
Only to a law enforcement agent,
Yes.
okay? And he threatened to do that, defamation of character, stuff like that. Which I mean, I'll reiterate that defamation of character means you're saying something that's false about a person. If you're watching any of my videos, just believe that it's all true, because I'm not the type of person to speak falsehoods. I'm not.
Very nice, bro. Very nice.
So yeah, most definitely. But they're all definitely interesting in their own light.
Which brings me to my next question. I'm glad you said that. Name one predator that you confronted that caused an impact in your life.
Oh man. Let's see. Caused an impact as far as like as far as what kind of like caused an impact? Like
kind of like help you have like an epiphany, like holy crap, this dude, what he was doing was so intense that you had like a life altering.
Okay, so it made me think of it differently. This one I got emotionally involved in this one, and I became very angry about this one. And honestly, I'll go ahead and say the video is not even on YouTube. I was doing a collaboration with Predator Poachers OTR, and at the time Predator Poachers North Carolina. And this guy, it upset me. He was talking to what he believed to be a 13-year-old girl. He was in his late 40s, early 50s. And this guy, he wanted to bring his daughter along. I won't go into depth about that, but he wanted to bring his daughter along. And he basically said that he had done inappropriate things several times with that said daughter. And me as a father, I really wanted this guy to show up. Mm-hmm. And that probably would have been one that I didn't record, to say the least. But that's a hard thing, man. It's harder than what people think not to act out physically on these guys. It really is.
Especially when something like that's going on. That's
right. Crazy. As a father of a daughter and a son, and I have a little girl on the way. That hits differently. Especially being somebody that went through sexual abuse myself. It just hits differently, man. So that he definitely made me think of it in a different way. Like, man, this, I've got to uncover. Really, I like I say, I'm totally happy to be able to catch the predators that we are able to catch. Mm-hmm. But I wish every predator I could uncover would be somebody like that guy. The bigger fish or whatever, the more horrendous people or whatever, I hope I'm using that word correctly. I hope that doesn't mean good. So yeah, more people like him, the more serious, nasty, disgusting, vile human beings like that. Because I mean, all of them are disgusting, but you know that guy was a special kind of. I wanted to act out physically on him.
Right. So now, for someone like him, and obviously any other predator, but for someone like him, what type of help do you think is best? Type of help for these predators, and especially the obvious.
I now I'll say this. I do offer them. I'll say 98% of the people. It depends on how it goes. You know, if somebody's not being receptive, I'm not gonna offer them help. Right. You know, I'm not gonna say, well, go take this number because they're gonna rip it up in my face, and that's gonna be that. But basically, I try to get them help. You know, at your local centers and stuff like that. And as far as do I feel like it is a helpable thing? It depends. It really depends, man. I've spoken to many social workers and people like that have worked with these type of people, and they will tell you that those are the hardest type of people to fix. They are. It's a nasty, horrible sickness that they have. And I don't think all of them are even capable of healing. I don't. You know, I won't go into depth with what I feel like should happen to them because I try to be diplomatic about things, man. You know. Right. So, but yeah, man, I don't think all of them are able to be helped. But you know, maybe your psychology or you know your psychiatrist and stuff like that maybe could help some of the younger ones that are making this mistake for their first time and stuff like that. Maybe they can be helped. But whenever you run across this 50, 60, 70-year-old man who came to meet a 14-year-old boy or girl, that's a huge issue. And I don't believe that they are able to be helped because in a lot of cases, if they're that old doing that, they have been doing that for years. Absolutely.
Agreed. Most of these guys, when they say it's my first time.
Yeah, every time. Nobody's ever said. I had one guy say that it's happened to him about 3 times. So.
Oh wow. But, at least he was honest about it. Not that it makes it a lot better, but yeah, at least he was honest about it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So okay, I'm gonna skip some of these because that one's not really important. All right, so to kind of like go back to the parents, because I know a big part of this situation in a way is irresponsible parents. So I have a few questions concerning that matter as well. Okay.
Right.
Very responsible one yourself. Responsible. Just make sure. I said he is responsible, not.
Okay. Yeah, you know we got some trolls in here right now for screen recording.
I'm trying not to move that area, but from time to time I see some weird stuff going on. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So should any blame be placed on the parents of real, potential, or actively underage victims? Should they have any part in the blame?
You know, stuff like that, it varies. And you know, obviously, I'm not a family professional expert or whatever. You know, I try to be the best father I can. But I feel like if I could give some advice, it would be to pay attention to your children. A lot of cases, these people, they're you know, these children rather, they try to reach out to these parents, and you know, have a close connection with your children. Have a close connection to your children. Let them be able to tell you if they had a bad day. You know, don't just brush it off like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, and something that I'm learning as a father to some young children. These children don't come to us. These little kids, you know, I'm not gonna say the age of my daughter because people they do stuff, and you know, you never know who's listening. But I have a very small daughter, and whenever they're that age, they don't come to you and say, "Hey, Daddy, I had a bad day." They come to you and say, "Hey, Daddy, can we go play?" You know what I'm saying? Can we go play hide and seek? Can we go do this? Can we go do that? They're not gonna come to you and complain. Play hide and seek with your children when they're young and when they get older, and have a close connection with them, man. Because honestly, I didn't have that bond with my mother. If I would have been one of these children on these sites doing these things, she would never have even known, man. She never would. And I didn't have a father, you know, so it could have very well happened to me.
Right.
You know, so definitely the connection, you know, monitor their, you know, their usage of these apps, you know,
Right.
definitely, even if, you know, even I know it's sometimes as parents we're like, man, I don't want to pry, you know, but it's not going to hurt for you to, you know, just be like, hey, can I look at your phone real quick and make sure that there's, you know, right now, so I can make sure these apps aren't on there, stuff like that. They have other apps that you could put on your phone to monitor the apps that your children are using, you know, because I'll tell you what, this is a real issue. A lot of people say, oh, this doesn't happen. This is an absolutely real issue. In my short period of time doing this, I have seen so many children on these apps, like real children, like not decoy accounts, real children. And you know, they don't know. They just don't know. All it takes is one curious child. They're just curious one time. And there's tons of these people out here ready to take advantage of these children, man. You know?
That brings me to some of my next questions, which I'm going to try to condense. That way we're not on here all night. And
yeah, you're good. Hey, take as long as you need to, man. I'm good, man. You go right on ahead, bro.
All right. So, should developers of dating apps or websites be more mindful of underage people being able to use these apps and websites?
Here's something that is a little bit different. A lot of these apps, they are. A lot of these apps, they're doing a pretty good job at it. I don't know if it's the fact that they know people like us are on these apps, or if they're really genuinely doing this, but a lot of these apps are getting you know, they want a picture of your ID. They want, you know, stuff like that. They are definitely realizing that this is an issue. In a lot of cases, I don't know. See, doing this type of stuff, it always makes you think, are they doing this genuinely, or are they doing this to cover up what the heck is going on? You know, because I can still go, you know, I can go on these apps. You know, there's ways around it. You know what I mean? But as far as the authentication, or however you say that big word, authentication, as far as the authentication process and stuff like that, they are getting a lot better at it. You know, people can go on there and report you for being, you know, saying you're a minor and stuff like that. You know, so they do. But yeah, they could always be better. Most definitely. The sites that don't monitor it as much would be the sites. You guys, the guys in the chat right now, Facebook is a huge one that these predators are on. Instagram, huge one.
Very true.
Discord, they have apps and sites that are specifically made for children, to like chat rooms. I don't know. I grew up in the chat room era. You know what I'm saying? On the, you know, the big block computer, you'd be in the chat room. You know, I grew up in that era. So, you know, it's kind of like that. They have the chat rooms for the children now. And there's predators all in there. You know, so I don't know, man. The internet is dangerous. I'll say that.
Oh, yeah. 100% agree there. I mean, just the freedom that's given to everybody, no matter what age, on these open websites and apps like Facebook, you just mentioned. Snapchat is another one.
Snapchat is a huge one, yeah. Kick.
And yeah, and it's, you know what I'm saying? You sit there and you're like, yeah, I'm this age. Yeah, this and this.
Right.
And it's so easy to get on for anybody.
And since you said Snapchat, I'll make a comment real quick. Almost, I'd say about 75 of the predators that we start communication with, they want to move over to Snapchat. They say, do you have a Snapchat? Do you have a Kick? And it's because of the, you know, the obvious reasons. They don't realize that just because these messages delete, that they save into their phone. They don't realize that. They want to move over there because there's no quote unquote evidence of it, you know?
Right.
And that's usually when they ask for the CP and stuff like that. So,
all right. So, moving on. You pretty much already answered this earlier, but I guess I want you to kind of have like a more summarized answer like a direct answer, straightforward for any parents. Okay, what advice would you give parents watching this interview about dating apps and warning their children about the predator situation?
Okay, so first of all, watch your children. You know, don't just say, "Oh, I'm busy." You know, watch them. Build a relationship with them, because here's the thing. I know we're busy as parents, you know, but most of these children that are out here doing this type of stuff are people that are not receiving love in the home. They're seeking for a relationship outside of the home. They're seeking for some type of attention, some type of love outside of the home because they're not receiving it inside of the home. That's a majority of the children that get on these sites and stuff. So just have a tight bond with your children, man. Eat dinner at the dinner table. You know, start there. You know, and you know that's basically it, man. Build an honest, genuine relationship. Don't just push your children off all the time. You know.
Yeah, so I think what you said is actually a huge answer. I grew up in a Christian household, Christian home, and my parents were always 10 steps ahead of me in the sense that they would say, you know, you're going to this grade this year. You're going to have to watch out for this, you know.
Right.
Who wants
Right.
to do this.
Warn them for sure. Warn them. You know,
And
don't be afraid. I'm sorry to cut you off, but as parents, I know it's awkward sometimes to have these talks with our children, but don't be afraid to. They need to know, you know, they need to know the dangers that could happen to them. Sometimes as parents are like, you know, I don't even want them to know about that stuff. You know, some things that's perfectly fine, but some things, it is 2020, guys, you know, and the world is just going to continue to progress, you know, with technology and stuff like that. It's just going to get easier and easier for these predators. Okay, so let them know. Have those hard to have conversations. Have them, you know.
Yeah, my parents never shied away from having those conversations. They were always straightforward. Like, hey, listen, if at any point in time someone touches you inappropriately or talks to you inappropriately, you are going to either talk to a teacher, and if they don't listen, come talk to us, and we'll go from there. So,
absolutely.
All right. So, wrapping up the conversation, not because I want to rush you, because I know you're ready and willing to be on here all night, as but I do have a previous thing that I have to do right after this.
Absolutely.
That's as possible. Now I'm going to ask you some kind of like personal questions. All right, but on an upbeat. All right. What are your future plans, both short term and long term, with your channel and your missions?
My future and right now plans, basically all to wrap that up all in one, is to continue to grow, man. You know, just continue to grow, man. Just continue to, because the bigger my channel is, the more exposure we're making and stuff like that. I've said this several times. A lot of my supporters know this. Nothing in my life has ever came easy. I've always had to work 10 times harder than somebody else to see the same progression, to see the same growth that they have seen, you know, and it's kind of frustrating. You know, it is what it is. I'm humble and stuff, but whenever you see somebody that you know is putting in half the effort you're putting in, and they're continuing to climb, you know, it's frustrating. But it comes with time and hard work, and that's fine, man. I learned that whenever I was young. Nothing comes free, nothing comes easy. That's worthwhile, you know. And what was the other part of that question? Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Pretty much like with the channel, what's like your vision, like in the near future or long term? Like, you know, where do you want it to go? How much do you want it to reach? You know, how much you want to expand? How? All that stuff. Basically,
I wanted to expand as far as it can go, man. I want to be able to continue to travel. You know, I am a father of 3. So my job, it takes up all the money to take care of my household. So it does help with the donations and stuff. So I wanted to continue to grow in that aspect so I can continue to do this and be passionate about it. I'm going to be passionate about it regardless, but I want to be able to continue to put in that footwork. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to go to pretty much every single state. I want to be able to go wherever I need to go to and put in the work, you know, and that a lot of people, you know, they say, like I said earlier, you're making a lot of money, this, that, and the third. I think I prove out of anybody and everybody, I prove that everything, every dollar that I make goes right back into this. I'm very passionate about it. You know, I'm not just somebody out here. Another thing they like to say is we play on the emotions of people that have been sexually abused. Well, if that's the case, then I'm playing on my own emotions, you know, because I'm passionate about this because I was sexually abused. Now what can they'll make something up new about that.
Exactly.
Oh, well, you're doing it because, you know, but that's basically how that
people who don't realize how serious this is and how useful this is will always find an excuse. So that's something that, you know.
Right. And they gotta understand how they look when they're doing that to a predator catcher channel. You know, go do that to go talk crap and start drama with another type of genre or whatever. Don't do that to us.
Exactly. All right. So where or how can anyone find you on social media? And this is me pretty much trying to bring it all in now.
Right. So YouTube, Predator Poacher Central Florida. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know about it, but if you're not subscribed, please go subscribe. Hit that notification bell so when I go live and drop a video, you know about it. Instagram, Predator Poacher Central FL. That's my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I don't know if I have any of the moderators that would have been on my channel in here, but if you are, feel free to drop that Discord link. I do have a Discord. Anybody and everybody is welcome to join in. We are very proficient, I guess, at taking care of the trolls. So go ahead and jump in there if you're a troll, but just know you're gonna get dealt with. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Predator Poacher Central Florida on YouTube and Predator Poacher Central FL on Instagram.
That's good. And is there anything you want to say to people who support you already, or are leaning towards like supporting you? Is there any message you want to say to them specifically?
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much for the support. You know, it really helps out. Whether you're just watching my videos, liking, sharing, subscribing. If you're a new subscriber, you know, welcome on. We're a family. I try to be as tight-knit as possible with everybody. I don't call you guys fans. I call you supporters. So thank you so much for that. If you're on the fence about supporting my channel, I can only assume that it might be because of my appearance. Don't judge solely based on somebody's appearance. I understand it completely. I do. But, and man, I'm going to tell you this real quick. The most amazing thing is that I have been able to personally change a lot of people's opinions on people with facial tattoos. I might not be a perfect person. I might have an aggressive side. I might get aggressive, you know, but I'm a good person, like, inside, and that's what counts, man. I try to be a good person. I'm a father who cares about his children, and I care about this movement. I'm not just some, you know, jackass, excuse my language, but I'm just not some jackass out here, you know, making a mockery of it, man. I'm passionate about this, man, you know, and it comes a time whenever you got to take things seriously, you know. You know, if you're passionate about this, you know, take it seriously, man. Let's make a movement. You know, Predator Poachers, we're making a movement. People might not like the way that we all conduct ourselves, and that's rightfully, that's okay. You are in America, you are allowed to have your opinion. You are allowed to, that's one of the beautiful things about this country, and, you know, other countries, but you're allowed to have your opinion. You're allowed to voice that opinion, you know. So that's fine. I try to think of that whenever people are, you know, downing us and stuff. You're allowed to do that, but just you know, if you support me, I appreciate you. If you're on the fence, man, just you know, give your boy a chance, you know.
No pun intended. But, you know, there's one thing that before I go on to this next thing, which I think you're gonna like, because it's gonna be a surprise set of questions. All right, random questions. So I'm catching you off guard here. All right, but it's gonna be fun. Trust me. But before I get to that, you know, I just want to apologize because I'm trying to multitask and balance the whole chat room right here.
Yeah, you're fine. I moved away from the computer, so I can't even see the chat room right now.
Yeah,
But
I'm trying so hard not to look, man, because it's partially disgusting, sadly, but it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Man. And
Hey,
then,
you never. Hey, here's the weird thing, man. These people, and I'll speak about it briefly, and then we'll move on. They live stream anything that we live stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you know who I'm talking about. I've messaged you on Instagram about them.
Yep.
So then they send people. They send people to try to mess it up. That's something that we have to deal with, guys. You know why? What have I personally done to anybody?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I've never personally done anything to anybody, and people are so comfortable just saying whatever they want to on the internet.
Yep.
You know, and it is what it is, man. You know.
So, but I just want to say once again, before I get to this next part, you know, I'm eternally grateful that you were able to take the time to do this here tonight, and you know, I got love for you. I support you already. I share your content as much as I can. All right. And I really do hope your channel does get a lot more exposure than what it does already, because because being the father and understanding what, you know, all this that goes through the psyche of someone who is a victim or was a victim. Yeah, you're a great asset. You're a great asset to the movement, and we all appreciate you. I'm pretty sure.
I appreciate that, man.
I would say we all appreciate you for that. Okay.
I appreciate that. Hey, one second, not to, but right before we go into that, I do want to address, and it'll be very briefly, one of these things that somebody has said. They said, hold on. They said, and I will address that because that's the only thing that I see. My issue with you is that you posted a picture of a child who was the son of a predator. You had no right. Okay, here's the thing. I caught a predator. Some of you guys may have seen the video, the smoke shop predator. During editing, this was my first. I used to have an editor. During editing, this was my first video that I had edited by myself. I totally overlooked that. And then as soon as I seen it, I went back and blurred it. If you go back and look at that video now, the face is blurred. Okay, it was a mistake on my part, and I fixed the mistake. So for people like we, the people who hold on to stuff like that, all I have to say to people like that is, you know, get a life, buddy. Like, you know, I'm a man. If I make a mistake, my true supporters know if I make a mistake, the first thing I do is stand up and say, you know what, I made a mistake. I apologize. We're gonna move on from that. So you know, why hold something like that against somebody? It was a picture that he sent. He sent a little girl that he thought he was talking to, a 14-year-old, and he sent that picture of him with his son. You know, and I didn't look. It was just a picture of them like sitting beside each other on a couch or something like that, and I totally overlooked it. But that's one of the reasons why I delete all the pictures out of my chat logs now, because you got people like that that hold every little thing against you. Yep. They're like, oh, you're an evil person. Exactly. You can't deny the fact that I'm out here saving children, but you probably can deny that fact, right? They probably can. But we'll move past that. That's the only thing that I saw, and I'm not gonna give that negativity any more attention. So
I understand completely. So I'm glad you did address that, because I saw it too. And I was like trying to decide, like, should I let them know that? I rolled over here and I saw it, and it's like that's something easy for me to address. It's not something like horrible or horrendous. Like, you know, come on. I'm glad you did, bro. I'm glad you did, because
absolutely that's how I am, man. If I did something ever, I address it and I move forward, man. You know. But I got one more question about that negativity. Is that somebody that's usually in your chats? We the people?
We the people? No, that's like the.
So let me just say this real quick. You came over here, and you have this issue with me, but you came over here because you saw my live talking about this. So if you don't like me, stop following me. That's a message to everybody. If you don't like me, stop following me, because I only want quality supporters, man. I don't want no halftime people.
No, that's good. That's good that you set them straight. Like, hey, if you don't like what I gotta say, or don't like me, you know, personally, or have something against me, then don't watch the stream. You know, you got a million other channels that you can go.
Right, because they wasted their time to come over here and watch the stream. The reason I don't like you is I don't care if you don't like me, man. It's all right, man. We'll move on. Sorry about that. I apologize.
All right, so finishing up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Do your thing, man. You good?
All right, sorry about that, guys. I was trying to, do something on this side. But real quick to finish up, all right? These random questions, all right, are just for fun. This is just to end everything on a high note, on a positive and happy note, all right? And to get to know you a little better, okay?
All right.
You're going to have, I'm going to put a timer over here and everything. You're going to have 5 seconds to answer each question, okay?
Oh, God, okay.
All right, you're going to love this. Ready?
All right.
All right. Who's your biggest influence?
My dad.
Your dad.
Yeah.
All right. Which music artist do you currently listen to?
Kevin Gates.
Kevin Gates. All right. Favorite food?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. You're Italian, man. Also, I love Italian food, bro.
Yeah.
Favorite sport?
Football.
Football. Okay. I actually thought you'd say either basketball or football, but
yeah, football.
And favorite team?
College. I gotta ride with the Gators, man. I got to.
Okay. I think same here. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Seeing into the future. I would love to see into the future.
To stop all the predators ahead of time.
Absolutely.
And last but not least, who is your favorite interviewer?
You, man. Your boy JDQ. Shout out to boy JDQ, man. If you came over here to watch this video, to see me, please subscribe to your boy JDQ, man. Show him some love. That's it, man. Just show him some love, man. Let's keep this positivity rolling, man. We get enough of this negativity. It's good and it's refreshing to see a channel that gives positive, honest, but positive reviews about us. And that's amazing. That's amazing.
I try to give all the predator poachers as much support and love I can. Because, for example, if anybody knows me and sees me on any of the videos of CC Unit and all that, they recently did a collab with Alex. And if you guys watch my comments on there, I gotta say, even Alex is looking good out there this time around, doing things, as professional as possible. He's looking legit. He's doing things as best to his abilities. So, I try to share love and support to all the ones who's out there doing this, And but yeah, so you're gonna have my support and respect and love. Obviously, people on my channel as well, they love all you guys as well. There might be differences here and there, but overall, we all love.
That's understandable, man. It wouldn't be genuine if there wasn't differences.
Yep.
That's what I respect. It's genuine. It's not just yes. It's yes, no, maybe, yeah. It's genuine, man. It's genuine.
All right. So one last thing before we finally and officially wrap things up. Okay. Not because I want to, because if I could be here all night doing this, I would.
Absolutely. We have schedules, my brother.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Sadly, but true.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say before we end this interview to either supporters that you have already or people who are watching you for the first time and getting to know you? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, man. To my supporters, I love you guys, man. I appreciate the hell out you. And just continue ride with me. Be along for the journey, and just keep riding with me, man. You won't regret it. And to the people, my new supporters and stuff like that, hey, welcome to the family. Like I said, man, And I appreciate it, man. Y'all just keep on riding with me as well. We're working on a journey. This is the first couple of steps, So I love every single one of you guys, man. God bless you, and just stay well,
So to everybody in the chat area, if you have not yet subscribed to Predator Poacher Central Florida, Polo, please, for the love of God, like I said earlier, go to his channel right now and give that subscribe button a smash. All right, make sure you break that subscribe button and the like button. Check out all his videos. He's got really great stuff. You're not going to regret it. He does great work for the community, great work for the neighborhoods. And I really do support him 100% in what he does, along with any other predator, catcher, or poacher from different branches and all that. Polo, yo, thank you so much, so much. I am absolutely grateful that you agreed to be on here tonight. I highly appreciate you. This means the world to me.
Absolutely.
And I really do hope we can have another interview further into the future to do like a recollection of things that will happen between now and then.
Absolutely.
And guys, if you're in the chat area, it's your first time on this channel, it's the first time you viewing me and all that, please, I don't like begging, but if you can, give this stream a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll highly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I do my best to put out quality content, and this is just the beginning of great content, because having Polo on here for me is one of the best experiences I've had thus far on YouTube, and I'm eternally grateful for him and every single one of you in that chat area. So
absolutely. I appreciate you, brother, for taking the time to interview me and stuff, man. You spoke on you having a smaller channel and me still reaching out to you. Look, I was there. I'm still there. I'm only at almost 13,000 subscribers, but I was there, man. And one thing about me, I don't look at a number. My head, it might be big physically, but it's not big in the in the sense of the word like that. I'm not big headed at all. I will work with anybody, and if you're reaching out to interview, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not. It's not gonna happen, man. So I appreciate the hell out you, man. I really do.
let's all remember that God, and not to be spiritual or like a preacher here, but
Right.
God does honor the humble and places them above when they
absolutely
low. So
you know what? I try to be as humble as possible. Sometimes I'm like, man, I'm humble and I still get the short end of the stick, man. Like you get people talking all kind of mess, man, and it's just like you gotta let it roll off your back, man.
Stay humble. Don't worry about the haters. Don't worry about people getting on your back. Even for me, that I'm not even nothing huge on here. I've got.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you already gotten a little taste of it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy, bro. Because I'm like, I'm just here, guys. Like, what the heck? Like, what's going on?
Right. Just continue doing your thing, man. You'll be good, man. You're gonna gain some subscribers. You're gonna do, you're gonna be amazing on here, man.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And hopefully one day we can collab, because I have mentioned I do want to translate for any predator, catcher, or poacher out there with Hispanics that they try to act dumb or whatever. Y'all need someone like me, all right, around to be like, no te hablan.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Anytime.
All right. Polo, once again, bro, thank you so much. Everybody in the chat, give Polo some love before you leave. I'm going to leave you guys alone for the rest of the night, and that way I can get other things done. But thank every single one of you. First, Polo, for stopping by and showing the love and support. And to every single one of you on the chat area, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And if you haven't done it already, go to Predator Poachers Central Florida, to Polo's channel, and give them some love over there too, okay?
Absolutely. And for those of you that are in here, I'm going to be going live shortly after this ends, okay? So I'll be able to speak to you guys. So have a good night. God bless you guys, and stay well.
Peace out, everybody. Love you all right?